I can say whatever the fuck I want. So blah 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 blah. Hello everybody, what's up? It's Michang here, and welcome to the Stanley Parable. I've actually never ever played this game ever before in my life, though I do know a good amount about it. I know there's a bunch of different endings, and it gets really weird. There's a narrator and all that kind of stuff, but I've never actually played it myself. And one other thing to add, I'm not gonna really make a real series out of this. It's just something I'm gonna upload every once in a while, just when I feel like it. Maybe I'll have a guest, maybe I won't. But yeah, that's it's pretty free form kind of series kind of thing, and you'll see it every once in a while. And if you really want to see more, please hit that thumbs up button. It'll really keep me motivated to keep doing these. So with that, let's start this game right here. Begin the game. The end is never, and we're loading. I hope the loading doesn't take too long, because I know my computer isn't great, but I could always just skip the loading screens if it really takes too long, or because it looks like it is, or maybe it just always does the first time, maybe it doesn't. I don't know.
This is the story of a man named Stanley.
Hello, I'm Stanley, I guess, probably.
Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427. Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons.
That's what I do.
Orders came to him through a monitor at his desk, telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order. This is what employee 427 did every day of every month of every year.
Sounds awful.
And although others might have considered it soul-rending, Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in, as though he had been made exactly for this job. And Stanley was happy.
Or was he? Who knows? Maybe.
And then one day, something very peculiar happened. Something that would forever change Stanley. Something he would never quite forget. He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow.
Suspicious.
No one had showed up to give him instructions, call a meeting, or even say hi. Never in all his years at the company had this happened. This complete isolation. Something was very clearly wrong. Shocked, frozen solid, Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time. But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office.
Okay, so I can move around. Cool. So, yeah, looks like we're all alone. Ooh, hey. Nice, speedy kind of movement. We have a pretty fast walking pace, I suppose.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean?
I
Stanley
don't know.
decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
The meeting room. Which way is the meeting room? I assume this only hallway that we have here. Oh hey. Okay, so there's a lot of rooms. There's a lot of employees, huh? 420, blaze it. All right. I'm so stupid. I'm so immature. 420, blaze it. MLG Pro. Blah 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 blah. Where's your? Okay, here we go.
When Stanley came to a set of two open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Door on the left. I got it. I can follow directions. I don't know what I'm singing, but here's the meeting room.
There was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
Okay, we can visit the boss. Boss person. How to solve a dispute with a coworker. Let it ball up inside you. Take it out passive aggressive. I was reading that. Come on. Using slides to assure employees that everything is okay. Make sure your slide has a slick blue graphic in the header, and throw some bevel on all the tests. I hope that's how it's pronounced. I can't read this fast enough. Everyone is unique. You most of all. Do they really have to say that? I feel like that points out some red flags right here. The fact that you have to say the number of slides on this slide. Charts, and slides. Well, shouldn't charts and slides cover the whole pie chart graph thing? Rate it which charts on the same slide depict the same information. You know what? Fuck this. I can't handle this right now. Too much for me. Too much charts and reading for me. All right, the stock market somewhere here. Things, money, more money. That's usually what I write on whiteboards when it's really not that important. What is hot? Target demographic teenagers. Fair enough. The boss. I was in the middle of reading that still. You know what? Fuck it. I said fuck it already, and I'm gonna continue with that. So, bi-quarterly post-review review. Work harder, hard worker. A lot of percent. Alright, well, clearly this is a very businessy kind of place. You know, they mean business. They're very hardcore with their business. Meeting room. I can't control myself. Floor 4XX. Group, marketing Mondays. Alright, I've already lost interest. Let's see. Targets. Alright, hire someone to synergize papers. Papers are to synergize, fire paper guy, hire someone to fire the paper synergy guy. I'm glad they have to hire someone for that. Okay, cool. Well, I feel like I've explored this room enough. Let's move on with the story here, huh? Broom Closet. What's in here? Oh, that was weird. The door kind of pushed me out of the way.
Stanley stepped into the broom closet, but there was nothing here, so he turned around and got back on track.
Well, is there anything in here though? Can I like pick up this wrench? This wrench is looks a little rusty. I got some duct tape.
There was nothing here. No choice to make, no path to follow. Just an empty broom closet. No reason to still be here.
I feel suspicious because you're telling me that there's nothing in here. Maybe there's something in here. Or maybe you're telling me the truth and I'm just an idiot.
It was baffling that Stanley was still just sitting in the broom closet. He wasn't even doing anything.
I'm looking around.
If there was something to interact with, he'd be justified in some way. As it is, he's literally just standing there doing sweet FA.
I'm looking around and, you know, I'm just taking in the environment. Whatever, fucking narrator.
Are you really still in the broom closet?
Yes.
Standing around doing nothing?
But not doing nothing.
Please offer me some explanation here. I'm genuinely confused.
I'm telling you, I'm looking around. I just want to take in the environment, Mr. Narrator person. And, I want to pick up these wrenches, but...
You do realize there's no choice or anything in here, right? If I'd said Stanley walked past the broom closet, at least you would have had a reason for exploring it to find out.
I just saw
it. It didn't even occur to me, because literally, this closet is of absolutely no significance to the story whatsoever.
What broom closet?
I never would have thought to mention it.
Trying to talk. Okay, it just said broom closet on the thing. I thought that was suspicious. Like, maybe there's some, like...
Maybe to you, this is somehow its own branching path. Maybe, when you go talk about this with your friends, you'll say, "Oh, did you get the broom closet ending?"
I will talk about this with my friends.
Ending was my favorite.
My favorite.
I hope your friends find this concerning.
Well, you know what? You know what? Fuck you, Mr. Narrator.
Stanley was fat and ugly and really, really stupid.
Wow.
He probably only got the job because of a family connection. That's how
How
stupid
did you
he
know?
is. That or with drug money. Also, Stanley is addicted to drugs and hookers.
Who said anything about that? Drugs and hookers. I'm not about that life at all.
Well, I've come to a very definite conclusion about what's going on right now. You're dead.
No.
You got to this broom closet, explored it a bit, and were just about to leave because there's nothing here.
No.
And a physical malady of some sort shut down your central nervous system, and you collapsed on the keyboard.
No, I'm still here.
In a situation like this, the responsible thing is to alert someone nearby so as to ensure that your body is taken care of.
Bro, I'm talking right here. I'm still alive. I'm still alive.
Hello? Anyone who happens to be nearby? The person at this computer is dead.
I'm wearing headphones.
He or she has fallen prey to any number of your countless human physiological vulnerabilities.
No one's gonna hear you.
It's indicative of the long-term sustainability of your species. Please remove their corpse from the area and instruct another human to take their place at the computer.
I'm still here.
Making sure they understand basic first-person video game mechanics and filling them in on the history of narrative tropes in video gaming.
I understand
so that the
that.
irony and insightful commentary of this game is not lost on them.
I'm just going against
when
the
you've
norm.
done that, just step out into the hallway.
No, never. I'm staying in my broom closet, and that is that. Right, internet people watching. Right. Stay in the broom closet, cause come on, let me pick something up. Hey, pick something up. Trying to do something. There's gotta be something I can pick up in here. There's probably nothing I can pick up in here, and I'm just wasting my time. But you know, whatever. Okay, I'm kind of done this broom closet. I don't want to wait around anymore.
Ah, second player. It's good to have you on board.
Nope, still same guy.
I guarantee you can't do any worse than the person who came before you.
Oh, please. I'm sure that people could do much worse than me. Like, go back in the broom closet!
You too? Unbelievable. I'm at the mercy of an entire species of invalids. Perhaps there's a monkey nearby you can hand the controls to.
What does that make you? Are you not human?
Fungus? Look, you can hammer out the details. I'm not particularly picky. I'll just be waiting for when you're ready to pick up the story again.
All right. You're really not gonna say anything, narrator. If I just chilled in here for like 4 hours, you're gonna say nothing, right? Right? I'm not gonna chill here for 4 hours because that sounds boring as fuck. But anyways, let's go this way. Oh, it's locked. We can't go back. Fuck you, narrator. I wanted to go the other way. Just to spite you. Okay, which way do we go now?
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
No, fuck you, narrator. I don't like you, narrator, anymore. Like, after you called me fat and ugly and stupid and addicted to drugs and hookers, no matter how true or false those statements might be, accusations or whatever.
But Stanley
What's this?
just couldn't do it.
Is this a car?
He considered the possibility of facing his boss. Admitting he had left his post during work hours, he might be fired for that.
Don't want
in
that.
such a competitive economy, why had he taken that risk? All because he believed everyone had vanished? His boss would think he was crazy. And then something occurred to Stanley. Maybe, he thought to himself, maybe I am crazy. All of my co-workers blinking mysteriously out of existence in a single
Are we
moment
crazy?
for no reason at all? None of it made any logical sense. And as Stanley pondered this, he began to make other strange observations.
Like 1, 2,
For
B4?
example, why couldn't he see his feet when he looked down?
That's a great
Why
question.
did doors close automatically behind him wherever he went?
Yeah.
And for that matter, these rooms were starting to look pretty familiar. Were they simply repeating? No, Stanley said to himself, this is all too strange. This can't be real. And at last, he came to the conclusion that had been on the tip of his tongue. He just hadn't found the words for it.
Is this a dream?
I'm dreaming! He yelled. This is all a
boy.
dream. Oh, what a relief Stanley felt to have finally found an answer, an explanation. His co-workers weren't actually gone. He wasn't going to lose his job. He wasn't crazy after all.
Are you sure about
He
that?
thought to himself, I suppose I'll wake up soon. I'll have to go back to my boring real-life job pushing buttons. I may as well enjoy this while I'm still lucid.
Exactly.
So, he imagined himself flying and began to gently float above
What?
the ground.
What?
Then he imagined
Want some
himself
soda?
soaring through space on a magical starfield, and it too appeared.
What?
It was so much fun, and Stanley marveled that he had still not woken up.
Why?
How was he remaining so lucid? And then perhaps the
Want some soda?
strangest question of them all entered Stanley's head. One he was amazed he hadn't asked himself sooner. Why is there a voice in my head dictating everything that I'm doing and thinking?
I just kind of took
Now
it.
the voice was describing itself being considered by Stanley, who found it particularly strange. I'm dreaming about a voice describing me, thinking about how it's describing my thoughts, he thought. And while he thought it all very odd,
There's
and
so
wondered
much
if
going
this
on.
voice spoke to all people in their dreams, the truth was that, of course, this was not a dream. How could it be? Was Stanley simply deceiving himself?
What?
Believing that if he's asleep, he doesn't have to take responsibility for himself? Stanley is as awake right now as he's ever been in his life.
These rooms
Now,
are
hearing
repeating.
the voice speak these words was quite a shock to Stanley. After all, he knew for certain, beyond a doubt, that this was in fact a dream. Did the voice not see him float and make the magical stars just a moment ago? How else would the voice explain all that? This voice was a part of himself too. Surely, if he could just... He would prove it. He would prove that he was in control. That this was a dream.
Okay,
So
how do I
he
do that?
closed his eyes gently, and he invited himself to wake up. He felt the cool weight of the blanket on his skin, the press of the mattress on his back, the fresh air of a world outside this one.
What?
Let me wake up, he thought to himself.
Am I gonna wake up?
I'm through with this dream. I wish it to be over. Let me go back
what?
to my job. Let me continue pushing the buttons.
This is a dream?
Please. It's all I want.
Such a cop-out.
I want my apartment, and my wife, and my
Have a
job.
wife?
All I want is my life exactly the way it's always been.
Yeah,
My life is normal.
right.
I am normal.
I'm normal and not crazy.
Everything will be fine. I am okay.
Are we? I don't know. I really don't know. Are we in the same place? Wait. No, this is
Stanley began screaming. Please, someone, wake me up. My name is Stanley. I have a boss. I have an office. I am real. Please, just someone tell me I am real.
Why is everything turning red?
I must be. Can anyone hear my voice?
What's going on?
Who am I? Who am I?
I don't know. I don't like this. Are we okay?
And everything went black.
What? Are we okay? What's going on here?
This is the story of a woman named Mariella.
What?
Mariella woke up on a day like any other. She arose, got dressed, gathered her belongings, and walked to her place of work. But on this particular day, her walk was interrupted by the body of a man who had stumbled through town talking and screaming to himself, and then collapsed dead on the sidewalk.
So we are crazy.
And although she would soon turn to go call for an ambulance, for just a few brief moments, she considered the strange man. He was obviously crazy. This much she knew.
Clearly.
Everyone knows what crazy people look like. And in that moment, she thought to herself how lucky she was to be normal. I am sane. I am in control of my mind. I know what is real and what isn't.
Are you sure? Because I thought I did too.
It was comforting to think this, and in a certain way, seeing this man made her feel better.
Yeah?
Then she remembered the meeting she had scheduled for that day. The very important people whose impressions of her would affect her career, and by extension, the rest of her life.
What the fuck is going
She had
on?
no time for this, so it was only a moment that she stood there, staring down at the body. And then she turned and ran.
She's still standing there. She didn't even run away. What is that? That's a... The end. The end is never. The end is loading. Was that a playthrough or something? I guess. Are we back in the beginning? I guess. All right. Well, I guess that's one playthrough of the game, maybe, or is it different?
All of his co-workers were
No,
gone.
it seems like it's
What could it
probably
mean?
the same.
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps.
All right, well, whatever. I'm gonna end this episode here. That was one playthrough of the Stanley Parable. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Enjoyed it. I know it wasn't very talkative. I was just trying not to, like, I guess, interrupt the narrator too much, but, you know, whatever. If you like this series or this episode of a potential future series, please hit that thumbs up button. That would really help me out, and I would be motivated to keep making more of these. And if you, really like to just share the video with the world, share the channel, I'd really appreciate it, and it would help the channel grow. And if you haven't already, please subscribe for all sorts of different content, and I'll make sure that you stay entertained. So until the next video, guys, I've been Michang, and see ya.